ancestors worked hard, and there wasn't much to spare. So if they wanted new clothes, they made them. It was just that simple. And their handwork often became heirlooms, handed down from generation to generation. Maybe life is easier today, and maybe we are in a bigger hurry, but we can still take time to create heirlooms, and that is time worth spending.
Heirlooms by Design with Sharon LoMonaco is sponsored by Capital Imports, your passport for fine lace, embroideries, and fabrics, by OmniGrid, the most accurate and versatile products for the quilter, artist, and craftsperson, and by Quilts Plus, your authorized Bernina dealer. Now, here's Sharon.
Hi, I'm Sharon LoMonaco. Thanks for joining me on Heirlooms by Design. Today I'd like to introduce you to a new world of decorative sewing with the OmniStitch OS 1000 embellishment machine. Our guide through this wonderful world of embellishment is Janie Power. Janie, welcome to our show.
Thank you for inviting me, Sharon. I'm delighted to be on this program with you.
Well, it's really nice to have you. Janie is the International OmniStitch Specialist from SCS USA. She's visiting us today from the OmniStitch headquarters in Portland, Oregon.
Today, we'll learn a variety of techniques that can be done with the OmniStitch OS 1000 embellishment machine. I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
I'm sure we are. Won't you come and join us for a closer look at Janie's samples?
The OmniStitch is a specialty machine used for decorating or embellishing. The OmniStitch utilizes freehand movement to apply trims such as yarns, specialty threads, metallics, ribbon, braid, cord, strips of your own fabric, sequins, and other trims. These trims are sewn to the top of the fabric surface using an overfeed or couching process that produces a raised three-dimensional effect.
Janie, tell us what types of fabrics we'll need to use with the OmniStitch.
The OmniStitch sews on most any fabric surface, from silks, organdy, batiste, to denims, t-shirt knits, sweatshirts, jackets, toweling, lightweight tapestries, and carpeting.
So just about anything that's in our sewing room is going to be adequate. Well, will we need to use a stabilizer with these techniques?
Only if the fabric is lightweight, slippery, or stretchy.
So basically, we'll use the same guidelines to determine stabilizer that we would with any other decorative or embellishment technique.
Yes, such as applique techniques.
Right. Well, where are these designs available?
Many designs are available from iron-on transfers, design and embroidery books, quilting stencils, applique patterns, and even children's coloring books. Add to that your own imagination, and the sources are limitless.
I guess they are. How does the OmniStitch do what it does?
Well, let's go to the machine and we'll show you. Unlike a conventional sewing machine, the OmniStitch has no feed dogs. Therefore, by using a freehand movement as you move the fabric, the various attachments that go with the OmniStitch carry the trims to the top of the fabric, creating a raised three-dimensional effect.
Well, will these attachments fit any machine?
The unique OmniStitch attachments are made just for this machine. They are patented throughout the world, and they come in various different sizes and shapes depending on the trims that we're going to use. For example, they have unusual names: feed fingers, flat feed folders, sequin placing, and cord fingers.
And when we return, we'll be ready to monogram.
Monogramming is very popular now and ideal for personalizing everyday items and turning them into fun gifts.
And everyone loves to get personalized gifts.
Yes, they sure do. Here we have a paper pattern on top of the fabric, and we will just sew right through the paper onto the fabric. And when you are finished, just tear away the excess.
What type of trim are you using to do this monogram?
This particular trim is an easy-to-use knitted thread called Omni Rayon.
Well, Jeannie, does the Omni Stitch require a special trim?
Not necessarily. There are many variety of trims that are available in your local stores that can be used on the Omni Stitch. You want to use trims that match the diameter, the texture, and the width of the attachments that you want to use.
Here comes our Hollywood star now.
Robert is modeling the completed velour robe and towel set. The words Hollywood and star were monogrammed using our special Omni Rayon knit thread. The star design was filled in using Omni Metallic knit thread, both wonderfully machine washable and dryable.
It looks great, Robert. Thanks for your help.
You know, Sharon, the uses of the Omni Stitch embellishments are not limited to just clothing. It's also wonderful for home decor projects, such as this wall hanging.
Are you using an iron-on transfer for this wall hanging?
Yes, as we were saying earlier, iron-on transfers are a great source for designs.
Well, I'll tell you, this looks as easy as coloring in a coloring book.
Sure, even children can do it. Notice the wide lace on the edge of the tablecloth. There is no limit to the width of the flat trim that can be applied with the Omni Stitch. Here we're applying 2 layers of wide trim to a flat piece of fabric, just like the blue tablecloth. This technique can be used for bridal ensembles, evening wear, dance costumes, flounces on little girls' dresses, curtains, pillow shams, and quilts. I'm sure you can think of many more other uses.
Explain to us how you embellish this beautiful sweater.
This is one of the most exciting techniques that is being done on the Omni Stitch today. Using a flat ribbon, sew by moving the fabric in a round circular pattern. Cut off the end of the first circle. Continue turning the fabric until the center of the rosette is filled in. When finished, cut out the rosette to use on another fabric surface if desired.
So you don't even need to know how to knit to decorate sweaters.
That's right.
Oh, this is adorable. This looks like it could be used for hair barrettes, earrings, shoe clips, or even package decorations. With the creative freedom of the Omni Stitch, you don't need to know garment construction or be a sewing expert to create your own beautiful designer originals. Vicki is here to show us the results of embellishing a ready-to-wear jacket.
These are really gorgeous designer looks. The jacket was sewn using a black flat ribbon. The fabric was moved to follow lines and curves. The machine ruffled and sewed the ribbon to the jacket at the same time.
I'm wearing a sweater embellished with the same techniques.
Again, flat black ribbon was first serged on one edge with our silver Omni metallic thread. Then the ribbon was ruffled around the appliques. To illustrate the diversity and wide range of applications using the OmniStitch, we have here a plain pair of socks, and we'll show you how to turn it into a popular fashion accessory that is fun and easy. Using 1 or 2 layers of ribbon or lace, leave a tail to be used for ties. Sew by stretching and moving the sock. Continue until the entire cuff of the sock is finished. Then tie the ends in a bow.
Does the OmniStitch always ruffle or gather the trim?
The designer detail on your collar, Sharon, was done using a round cord that, when applied to the fabric surface, retained its original shape.
Now Janie will show us how to apply a round cord without gathering.
Cord is a popular look on fashions today. Rather than being ruffled, cord will retain its original form when applied to the fabric surface. Move the fabric and the cord is sewn down. This allows wonderful creativity.
Janie, the garment you're wearing has both cords and sequins.
Yes, we love combining different textures. Applying sequins with the OmniStitch is a quick and easy way to add glamour and sophistication.
Well, will we see any of the stitching on the sequins?
No, you don't, because sequins are applied by sewing the fiber underneath the strand to the fabric, and the sequins automatically lay flat on top. The beauty of our sequin application is that the thread does not show, and we don't sew over or pierce the sequins. Instead, the needle catches the thread strand underneath the sequins and sews it to our garment. Therefore, the sequins are flat on the garment surface.
This new product presentation with Hollis Turnbow is brought to you by Quilts Plus, the only complete source for all your quilting and other heirloom sewing supplies.
Well, Hollis, I see that you have brought a lot of applique today. Would you like to tell us about it?
I certainly would. It's all machine applique.
Oh, that's fun.
And we know that what wonderful things is possible to do with the new sewing machines that have the decorative stitches on it. I brought patterns and samples from 3 particular companies. One called Buildables, and it's designed by Sherry Aliotti in Carmel, California. The second one is Lynn Arndt in Florida, and she designs a series that we can call trinkets from the tropics. Everything that she does is of a tropical nature.
And we have a painted piece
And a
here
painted
from her.
piece here from her. And then the third one is one called The Critter Works by Deborah Kochinsky, and she is in Pennsylvania. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about each of them and about machine applique in general.
Great.
Let's go first to the buildables. Buildables, the name itself is very significant because Sherry has designed all of these so that you can do the entire picture, or you can come in and do particular segments. For instance, in this, the face of the cow could become a pillow. Just the cow itself could be one wall hanging, or then the entire picture. So you can build onto it. And keeping the buildable concept, they put it on a blueprint paper.
Right.
Very detailed instructions.
The instructions look
on it.
wonderful.
They really are. And then the second one, which we talked about, trinkets from the tropics or the tropical, again, very detailed instructions are to be found in the pattern pieces. The t-shirt that you
This is
have there
wonderful.
is from a pattern called Trinkets of the Tropics, which are shells and other flora and fauna from the tropics, and this one is painted. And then the one behind me of the pelican is very fine, detailed machine
And it is
applique.
done beautifully.
Very, I like that because it's very flat and very, it's one-dimensional, but yet it looks three-dimensional the way that it's done. And then the third one, which is really a delightful series called Critter Patterns, or Critter Works, and it's a sampler of various types of animals. This one happens to be cats.
And I see it says too many cats.
Too many cats.
I don't think there can ever be too many cats.
Well, if you're not allergic to them, I guess that's all right. And then Safari, which is for tropical animals. These would be wonderful as teaching devices for
Oh, sure.
children. You can imagine the wonderful stories that are told. And again, the patterns are all shown with a list of detailed
All of our
equipment,
supplies, right.
that you might need on the back, and very detailed instructions here.
And what kind of thread are we going to be using to do this applique?
Probably the decorative threads, like many of these are shown with the rayon threads.
Right. That's
here.
what I prefer to use.
And then on the critter patterns, a little piping of gold, which sets it off.
That's a nice touch.
But any kind of thread then that's going to enhance and enlighten the designs is what's used. It's no particular rules on this. Freedom is really the watchword on these.
That's great. These are wonderful patterns.
They're excellent.
And where are these available?
Each of these companies has a pattern. I'm sorry, each of these companies has a catalog that's available, and writing them, they'll send the catalog out to you, and which lists all of the patterns and designs that are available from them.
That's great.
This new product presentation with Hollis Turnbow has been brought to you by Quilts Plus, the only complete source for all your quilting and other heirloom sewing supplies.
I have some unfinished sewing projects that I need to take care of, so I'm going to take this opportunity now and get some gifts out of the way. I'll start with this university insignia. I know the OmniStitch is going to make this quick and easy. Secure the yarn at the beginning of your design. I have threaded the machine with sewing thread in the bobbin and nylon thread in the needle. You can turn your pattern in any direction to have the best visibility. Continue following the design until each section of the design is filled with color. Finish all of one color before changing to another. At the end of a color or section, clip your decorative thread and continue to stitch until the cut end is secure. You can sew your outline first or last, whichever you prefer. If you would like a heavier outline, you can stitch back over it a second time. When your design is finished, simply clip your decorative thread and continue to sew until the end is hidden. It's amazing how quick and easy the Omni-Stitch makes our embellishment projects. On this university emblem, I've started with just a paper pattern, and now I'm all finished and I can just tear away the paper. The Omni-Stitch has perforated it, and it tears away quickly and easily. And here we have our finished project, ready to be appliqued onto a quilt.
On this red jacket, we have combined 4 of the techniques we've seen today. Rosettes were sewn using a 1/2 inch solid ribbon. 1/4 inch solid ribbon was couched. Nylon cord outlined the satin appliques. Finally, sequins were sewn bordering the cord. What an exciting, sophisticated designer original.
This has been a wonderful trip through a new world of decorative sewing that has unlimited artistic potential and creativity. I'd like to thank Janie Power for joining us today and showing us the Omni-Stitch OS 1000 embellishment machine. I'm excited about the unlimited techniques that can be done with the Omni-Stitch. You can transform everyday items into unique creations using thread, lace, cord, or ribbon. And only the Omni-Stitch can use them all on all weights of fabric. You can apply embellishment as easily as tracing a pattern. The creative possibilities are endless. With the Omni-Stitch OS 1000, you can turn your original designs into designer originals. I hope you continue to join us on Heirlooms by Design. In the coming weeks, we have delightful guests, new products, as well as many new exciting techniques to show you. They will range from quilting, French machine sewing, and machine embroidery to lace-making techniques. And all of them will be Heirlooms by Design.
Heirlooms by Design has been brought to you by Capital Imports, by Omnigrid, and by Quilts Plus. If you'd like more information on the supplies and techniques used in today's show, then drop us a note to Quilts Plus, 1211 Noble Street, Anniston, Alabama 36201. That's Quilts Plus, 1211 Noble Street, Anniston, Alabama 36201. Sharon will be back with more Heirlooms by Design next week.